After a sweep in the hands of arch rival Texas A&M Corpus Christi, the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley baseball team looks to get back to its winning ways as it welcomes an opponent against whom it's 14-1 all time. It's UTRGV and Arlington Baptist live on ASN. Welcome out to UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg as we get ready for the start of tonight's game between the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley baseball team and Arlington Baptist College. Well, Danny, UTRGV just got swept by Texas A&M Corpus Christi in a doubleheader yesterday, but there were several positives in that game that UTRGV can look to.
Yeah, and it all started with Joseph Collazo, combined in both games, 4 hits, 4 RBIs. He powered the offense against the Islanders yesterday, and going up and down the lineup as well. But the pitching staff got some scoreless outings at the end of that, and that's just a confidence builder going into the rest of this week.
George Lamb struck out the side while allowing just 1 hit in a scoreless 8th inning in Game 2 after having a bit of a struggle to the season. Anthony Gomez had his first career double, a 2-hit game. Austin Douglas a scoreless outing as well. We'll take a timeout. Coming up on UTRGV pregame, we're going to give you your starting lineups at first pitch. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night. At Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 Hush Puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
And I entered the kingdom of the 2 fairies.
We have to see the path.
Back at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. So get ready for the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley and Arlington Baptist college baseball action coming your way live on ASN and on Spectrum Sports throughout Texas and, of course, around the world through our YouTube channel. UTRGV taking the field right now as they get ready to take on an Arlington Baptist team that they're 14-1 all time against, including winning the last 4 in a row. A sweep last year. UTRGV has won 10 of those 14 contests, or 9 of those 14 contests, by virtue of the 10-run rule. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups at first pitch. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
And I entered the kingdom of the 2 fairies.
We have to see the password.
Is it giggling goldfish?
No!
Smelly jelly?
Try again.
The password is Dad's coming in.
You work hard to protect what matters. That's why we're proactively advancing our security to develop strong authentication technologies that go beyond the password to protect your account.
Wait, what's the password?
Stinky feet.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
Big things are happening at the one and only South Texas Buick GMC.
Thank you, Valley, for making us your #1 Buick and GMC sales leader in South Texas.
Continue to expect the best trade-in value plus the best customer service around.
Right now, take 25% off when you drive a 2017 GMC Canyon or a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, including Sierra Denali.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Reminding you that UTRGV Baseball is brought to you by Neighbors Emergency Center with 29 locations in Texas, including 3 across the Rio Grande Valley. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. UTRGV and Arlington Baptist getting ready for game 1 of a 2-game set. Let's get you to the Arlington Baptist starting lineup that will come to the plate here in the first. Leading off, Ivan Rios at second, Tyler Brown, the shortstop, Gavin Munoz over at DH, Kalen Glover in right, Lorenzo Lynch at first, Justin Bailey in center, James Duval in left, Ryan Sloma, the catcher, Lyric Walker at third, and Eric Garcia, the left-hander, on the mound. The go up against the UTRGV defense looks a little something like this. Left to right across the outfield, Jose Garcia, Conrad McMahon, Chris Castillo around the horn, Tyler Torres, Ivan Estrella, Austin Cedar, Nick Schrank making his first start of the season, Noah Lee behind the plate. The umpires for tonight's contest, Louis Hengler calls the balls and the strikes. Javier Cantu at first, B. Roy Reyna at third. Danny, your keys to the game.
Thank you, Jonah. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. UTRGV has dropped 5 in a row, and they need to put those behind them as they need to focus on the task at hand, and that's getting a couple of wins against Arlington Baptist. Secondly, Steady Eddie. They say momentum is only as good as your next pitcher, and Eddie Delgado has been steady for UTRGV all year long. And if he can get off to a good start, put up some zeros, and change the momentum in favor of UTRGV. And finally, you must stay focused. UTRGV is 14-1 all-time against Arlington Baptist, but that one reminds UTRGV that in baseball, anything is possible, and you cannot look past Arlington Baptist.
Well, Eddie Delgado just completed his warm-up tosses, making his third start of the season, his 4th appearance, and the number's pretty good for the senior right-hander. Delgado this year is 1-1. And you see the ERA, well, you don't see, but the ERA is 2.6. In 17 and a third innings, he's allowed just 15 hits, so less than a hit per inning. Opponents banked 231 off him. Good numbers all around. About a strikeout per inning, 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Well, we're ready to go. Ivan Rios digs in for Arlington Baptist. Eddie Delgado into the wind, and here's the game's first pitch. It is low and outside, and at 7:08 and 37 seconds, we are underway. Delgado deals. There's a strike. 1-1. It is an absolutely picture-perfect, beautiful evening here in the Rio Grande Valley. Fastball strike on the outside corner, 1-2. I know those of you joining us on ASN, or at least many of you joining us on ASN in some of the various markets that you can catch American Sports Network, maybe digging out right now. Well, soak it in. It's 74 degrees at game time today. 2-2 on Rios. And the wind, all of 9 miles an hour. Blowing out right to left across the field, kind of out toward left. Fly ball on the right field line, foul territory, and it just drops in between Schrank, Senior, and Castillo.
It's a long run for the 3. And you can hear Noah Lee yelling, go, 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 because they had plenty of room before they got to the railing, but it was just right in that middle triangle where nobody could touch the ball.
So we'll do it again. It'll be a 2-2. Delgado deals. Bounces away. Full count. If this is your first time seeing the Rio Grande Valley on television, well, it looks like this a lot. 300 days of sunshine and an average temperature of 78 degrees. There's ball 4 to Rios. So leadoff walk for the second baseman.
Just mentioned that Eli Delgado needs to get off to a good start, and you don't want to walk the leadoff guy. And he tried nibbling around the corner, but just couldn't get that outside edge.
Tyler Brown digs in and looks at ball 1. Eddie Delgado making his first appearance in exactly a week. Last started at 11th ranked Texas A&M. It did okay. 5 runs in 5 innings. Pitch inside. Struck out 3 along the way, just 6 hits. Against a potential College World Series team, that's pretty good.
He kept them in the ball game. You know, as soon as he came out, you know, Texas A&M scored 9 runs in that 6th inning. So you take away that 1 inning, it's a little closer than the score might indicate. But he did his job. He went out there in the middle of the week, kept the game close for that offense.
Rios leads from first, leaning back toward the bag, and pitch bounces up there, gets behind Lee. No advance by Rios. It looked for a second as if Lee may have kept it in front of him. It got behind him, but by that point, I think Rios had committed to staying put.
Yeah, as soon as he saw the ball around the feet of Noah Lee, he retreated back to the bag, but once the ball got away, he thought about going, took another step or 2 towards second, but he stayed put.
Extended strike outside corner. 3-1 on Brown. Delgado's last home start, February 26th against Prairie View A&M. 7 shutout innings. 5 hits and 2 walks, struck out 6. First career complete game as UTRGV won that game by virtue of the 10-run rule. There's a swing and a miss, 3-2. Payoff pitch, runner doesn't go, the pitch is fouled back. It's always interesting to see if a runner will go on 3-2 with less than 2 outs. You know, if there are 2 things at play. Do you trust the runner to make it? Do you trust the batter to make contact? Because the last thing you want is that strike him out, throw him out, double play. Or you could also be afraid of a line drive double play, but at least you stay out of the ground ball double play and you have a chance to force some action. But Rios has been leaning back toward the bag on every pitch. This one's tapped foul, so he doesn't appear to have gotten a good read on Delgado to this point.
Now Eddie's had a couple of good pickoff moves to first, and it happens at times where he's just getting ready on that rubber, and then he just snaps it over to first. So, you know, Rios is aware of that, and he doesn't want to get caught leaning.
Chopper, right side, slow roller. Senior to first for his only play. 1 away on to second, moves Rios.
It was the only play Senior had. It was not hit well at all, and as soon as Senior grabbed it, he didn't even look to second. Wanted to make sure he had that first out at first, and he did just that, although it does put a runner in scoring position for Arlington Baptist.
Here's Gavin Munoz. The lone left-handed hitter on this roster. Or check that. One of maybe two. Pitch is low, 1-0 is Chase Tackman's lifts as a lefty, pitcher slash infielder. And then today's starting pitcher, lefty Eric Garcia rather, and those are everybody that has an L somewhere in the B or T column. As far as we know, that's it. Chopper to first. Shrank to the bag. 2 away, on to third moves Rios.
Good play there by Nick Shrank, getting some time at first base tonight.
That's his first start for UTRGV. Of course, he was limited early due to injury. And, now he's getting a little action at first. We saw him get an inning at catcher last week. He was expected to be part of a 3-heading catching situation, but got slowed in camp, and Austin Oakes and Noah Lee took the reins.
Yeah, in the inter-squads, he was just DH and he was just hitting. He wasn't throwing very much. So, they had that shoulder issue. That's why I think you can put him at first. Limit the throwing action.
Breaking ball misses inside. Count 2-0. One of 3 Central Illinois transfers to join the team this year. It's a strike on Glover. 2-1. Along with second baseman Austin Senior and right fielder Casey Danley. Two-one. Bounces up there, 3-1.
Of course, Senior making an immediate impact this season. Making some fantastic plays at second base. We saw Danley early in the year. He was batting leadoff and looked to have a promising start to his season before injury.
Pitch is fouled off by Glover. Full count. Now Austin Senior out there. He's Austin Senior vacuum cleaner. Austin Senior makes ground balls easier. Ball 4. Second walk of the inning by Delgado. Both of them have been on 3-2 pitches.
Just 8 walks on the season entering play today for Delgado. 2 already in the first, and you can see a lot of his pitches missing to his glove side. He's just falling over to his left with his lead arm as he's pulling through the zone. We saw a lot of that yesterday as well from Andrew Garcia and Connor Grant. I'm not sure if it's something with the mound, like they always keep looking down to their footing. It's interesting to see if he can adjust to that.
Already a 23-pitch inning for Delgado. Arlington Baptist, even if they don't score in this inning, you could say that they've got a little win here, as they're getting to see Delgado extensively. Breaking ball inside to Lorenzo Lynch, and tire him out early on a day in which, in a series in which UTRGV was hoping not to have to exhaust the bullpen with a 4-game weekend series against Buffalo coming up Friday through Monday. Line drive, right field deep. Castillo back makes the grab for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 men left on base. At the end of half an inning of play, Arlington Baptist nothing. UTRGV coming to bat. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Acura are cool, fast, and very safe.
At Acura of the RGV, we do things differently.
I'm glad you did that.
You can lease an Acura TLX for just $269 a month. Affordable luxury, the 2017 Acura TLX.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan, what a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV, we are not like the other guys.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
University Draft House. Civilized burgers for uncivilized appetites.
Back at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. No score in the bottom of the first, and here's the UTRGV lineup coming up. Jose Garcia, Joseph Collazo, Austin Senior, your top 3, Ivan Estrella, Tyler Torres, Noah Lee in the middle, Chris Castillo, Nick Schrank, and Conrad McMahon round out the order, and they are up against an Arlington Baptist defense that looks a little something like this. You see Eric Garza warming up. He's got James Duval, Justin Bailey, Kalen Glover left to right across the outfield behind him. Lyric Walker, Tyler Brown, Ivan Rios, Lorenzo Lynch around the horn. Ryan Sloma does the catching, and the aforementioned Garza, the left-hander, on the mound. Garcia. Wrote his name down wrong in my book. Well, here's Jose Garcia, who's been on another planet this year. We saw the numbers a moment ago. And to break that down for you, to give you context, in 17 games, that's 28 for 62. 9 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, and 15 RBI. Slugging .774, on base of .538. He's on base more than half the time. He's been intentionally walked a few times this year. You circle your lineup and you say, okay, who's the guy who's not going to beat me? And this is the guy. Inside, 3-0.
He had 3 walks in Game 2 yesterday. 6 stolen bases on the season, 19 runs scored, so he does it all for UTRGV.
The left-hander deals upstairs, ball 4, and Garcia draws a leadoff walk. Well, it's one way to keep him in the ballpark, but
you give him a free pass like that, and you're afraid of what he's going to do on the bases. Like I said, 6 of 9. You got Joseph Collazo, who's swinging a hot bat after yesterday's 2 games, coming to the plate.
Yeah, the overall number's not great, but 4 for 7 with a walk yesterday, 2 doubles, 4 RBI, 2 runs scored. He's been swinging a hot bat recently. As Garcia comes set and deals. Breaking ball upstairs.
Collazo, those 16 RBI, leads the team. We've seen his batting average continue to rise over the last week.
Garcia deals. Breaking ball strike on the inside corner, 1-1. Well, it's a very dangerous top of the order. Collazo here, Austin Senior swinging a pretty good bat recently, right behind, and then Ivan Estrella and Tyler Torres, who have had torrid starts to the season. That goes 2-1 on Collazo. It's kind of a pick your poison problem if you're an opposing pitcher.
You can't avoid him in this first inning. You're going to have to pitch to him. There's no way you can work around all of them. So Garcia didn't want to give Jose Garcia anything to hit. He's still nibbling around the corners here against Collazo.
Pitch a strike. 2-2. Garcia, a short lead from first. And he's leaning towards second. As the left-hander, Garcia deals a breaking ball hit in the air out toward right field. Glover in position to make the catch. For out number 1.
Nobody for UTRGV. Second baseman, number 22, Austin Senior.
Well, Joseph Collazo, a few words for Austin Senior. A little scouting report on Eric Garcia as Senior digs in. Couple of hits in the first game of yesterday's doubleheader before taking an 0-for in game 2. Breaking ball strike on the outside corner to Senior. UTRGV swept in the doubleheader yesterday by Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Game 1 7-1, but game 2 7-6. UTRGV was rallying back and came up 1 short.
Yeah, the rally started by Joseph Collazo, a couple of 2-run doubles.
Throw down to first. And back to the bag goes Garcia. The left-hander deals breaking ball, grounded foul to the left. See, Garcia fakes a quick throw with his foot off the rubber. As Jose Garcia tiptoes away from first. Time called to plate by Senior. Little cat and mouse game going on between the two Garcias.
Yeah, Eric Garcia is trying to wait as long as possible to see if there's any kind of movement from Jose Garcia at first. Of course, that makes it a little awkward for Austin Senior, who's at the plate, so he calls time.
1-2. Breaking ball, chopper left side, under the glove of Walker. And Garcia, or rather Senior's aboard with an infield single.
Nobody for UTRGV.
2 on with 1 out. A quick visit from Sloma. Ivan Estrella digs in. He's been hitting all year. He's been defending all year, too. He's been a great get for UTRGV.
Oh, yeah. Now, last year we heard about Ivan Estrella and how good defensively he was and how he was going to come in and man that shortstop position. I just didn't think he was going to be this big of a contributor offensively.
Pitch misses low and inside to Estrella. Well, Pima Community College last year, 296. Brazos Valley Bombers in the Texas Collegiate League at 261. 424 on base. He's been raking against Division I pitching. It's helped to give UTRGV a very tight infield defense. Breaking ball misses low and inside, 2-0. I mean, with Tyler Torres at third, stopping almost everything at the hot corner. Ivan Estrella with all sorts of range at short. Austin Senior, the vacuum cleaner, at second. They've had a few different guys at first base this year. Shrank the third different guy to start there, but it's mainly Victor Garcia Jr., who's an amazing defender, and Annabelle Leal, who's growing into first base, and it's been some really strong infield defense.
Of course, the odd man out of that whole infield has been Joseph Collazo, who's been relegated to the designated hitter role.
Pitch misses high, 3-0. You know, it's funny, Collazo's not a bad defender by any measure.
No, he's not. And
pretty good.
And to think that Tyler Torres was put at third opening day, and then they didn't know how he was going to react to all of this and how he was going to adjust. So you always had Collazo there as the backup plan to move Senior over to third and back Collazo back to second. But it's been working out since opening day.
There's the get me over strike down the pipe, 3-1. You're right. You know, it was the question of would Senior start at third, Collazo at second. Maybe Senior would move over to second later in the game or on a Collazo off day. Torres would play third, but Torres earned that third base position with his glove and his bat, and Senior just was incredible with the glove. And you've got to be incredible to keep a good defender of the DH role, and that's what Senior has done. Strike to Estrella. Full count. It's nice to have options.
Oh, yeah.
And depth.
And there's quite a few names where Coach Matrona can go every day to write the lineup, and he knows those names are going to be in the lineup. Of course, not necessarily in the same spot every day, as we've come to learn from Coach.
Runners both go. Breaking ball high, ball four. They're loaded up. UTRGV changes its lineup a lot. 17 lineups in 17 games, 18 in 18 if you include today. Likes to experiment in non-conference play to try and find his best combination for WAC play, with the hoping that he can have a more stable lineup once WAC play begins. Tyler Torres digs in with a chance to put UTRGV up early. Base is chock full of teammates with one out. And Garcia deals inside. Torres is a nice line drive hitter.
7 doubles on the season, 12 walks, 13 runs scored, so he's been a major contributor for UTRGV this season.
2-0. UTRGV 5 for 17 with the bases loaded this season. Torres 0 for 2. And Torres 2 for 8 against left-handed pitching this year. Now in the driver's seat though, 2-0 with the bases loaded. Just catches the lower inside corner for a strike. 2-1. Breaking ball upstairs. 3-1. One more wide one, forcing a run. So Garcia's put in that unenviable position of having to just lob one in. But if you just lob one in, it could be 4-0. So you don't want to. You need to throw a strike, but you don't want to make it too good a strike. You see that glove right over the middle of the plate from Sloma. And it's upstairs, ball 4. UTRGV leads 1-0. Jose Garcia scores on the third move. Senior to second, Estrella, RBI walk. Tyler Torres, third walk of the inning issued by Eric Garcia.
13th walk by Torres this season, and for a freshman to have 13 walks at this point of the year, it shows his patience at the plate. He doesn't chase bad pitches, and that means he's going to give you a quality at bat every single time.
Pitching coach Devin Patton out for a mound visit.
Take a look at that breaking ball. Garcia misses high again. Pulling that right shoulder as he makes the delivery instead of staying on top of the breaking ball.
Flying out a little bit. It's hard to finish it. Well, here's Noah Lee with a chance to do some damage. A base hit means 1. An extra base hit could mean 2. And something over the wall means 4. Garcia deals. Fastball strike on the inside corner.
Game 1 yesterday, he put a charge into 1 that we thought it was going to go over both fences out in left field, and it ended up being caught on the warning track because of that wind yesterday.
So left-hander Garcia delivers. Breaking ball inside. And today it's not going to be a problem. You hit one that deep, it's going to leave.
Wind blowing out towards left. Usually the way we see it here at UTRGV Baseball Stadium.
Hard hit grounder off the glove of Walker, and everybody safe. 2-0. Well, Lee scorched it.
Yeah, and Walker had to go to his left, try to make the play, just couldn't hold on to it. It was hit so hard.
Well, we'll come back to that later. Chris Castillo digs in. Estrella at third, Torres at second, Lee at first. Already 2-0 UTRGV. Only left-handed hitter in the lineup today for UTRGV is Garcia, deals ball 1. Not that UTRGV has that many left-handed hitters to start with. You see Castillo's numbers. The only other one would be Victor Garcia Jr. Outside, 2-0. Castillo 1 for 3 performance in game 2 of yesterday's doubleheader. Didn't play game 1. Three and 0. Runner at third, Estrella. The runner at second, Torres. The runner at first, Lee. One more wide one can make it 3-0. And that'll do it. UTRGV leads 3-0 on the 4th walk of the inning issued by Eric Garcia. Estrella scores. Torres to third, Lee to second. RBI 4-pitch walk, Chris Castillo. Now the Arlington Baptist bullpen gets busy. A right-hander is throwing.
That RBI for Castillo, the 11th of the season for him. And while, the batting average has been a little low this year, not to where he wants it, but he's been able to contribute anyway and give those 11 RBI.
Pitch upstairs to Nick Schrank. So Brandon Ventura warming up for Arlington Baptist. Schrank doesn't have a lot of at-bats. He's 0 for 2. 2 runs scored. This is his 6th game, his first start. Outside 2-0. He's the 8th batter of the inning for UTRGV. UTRGV only has 2 hits in the inning, neither left the infield. But they've drawn 4 walks and now have a 3-0 lead. And there's a strike to Schrank. Snaps a streak of 6 straight out of the zone by Garcia. Three and one now.
He's been relying on that breaking ball a lot this inning. Hasn't been able to get it over for a strike very often. It's just not finishing that breaking ball.
Garcia deals upstairs, ball 4, forces in another run. Torres scores, lead to third, Castillo to second, another RBI walk, this one for Nick Schrank. And UTRGV now leads 4-0. So Ryan Sloma goes out for a visit.
Sloma's trying to buy some time as we
if you need tickets to an upcoming game, then make sure you log on to UTRGVtickets.com. Certainly for baseball games, we got a lot of those coming up tomorrow, the weekend, Friday through Monday. But while you're at UTRGVtickets.com, you should look into tickets for Thursday's WBI game, Women's Basketball Invitational. UTRGV Women's Basketball hosting a postseason game. Hosting Stephen F. Austin Thursday at 7. Pitching change. Ventura's on his way in. So we'll step aside with UTRGV leading Arlington Baptist 4-0 in the first. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
Welcome to the La Quinta Inn & Suites in the heart of the beautiful McAllen Convention Center, where you're only moments away from the sights and sounds of the heart of the Rio Grande Valley's top entertainment and shopping destinations. The comforts of La Quinta Inn & Suites McAllen Convention Center are extensive and inviting. Relax in the innovatively laid out stylish rooms with all the amenities you've come to expect from La Quinta Inn & Suites. You're sure to remember your stay at La Quinta Inn & Suites McAllen Convention Center. UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
White lines keep time for you, like road signs. My words are true. They bring me slowly back.
I missed you.
Did you bring new ones?
You work hard for more than just you.
You went to Montana.
I did.
Working together, we'll help you save for her future geology degree. Wells Fargo.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. My name is Jonah Goldberg. The man standing to my right is the one and only Danny Elizondo, and the man in the middle of your screen is Brandon Ventura, the right-hander, warming up for Arlington Baptist. He's a junior out of Fort Worth. And he's taking over for Eric Garcia, who gave up 5 walks and 2 hits in the third of an inning. Threw only 12 of his 36 pitches for strikes and is in line for the loss. Responsible for 4 runs so far, but also responsible for Noah Lee at third, Chris Castillo at second, and Nick Schrenk over at first. UTRGV has the bases loaded with 1 out, and the number 9 hitter, Conrad McMahon, coming to the plate. See the numbers for McMahon. 0 for 1 with the bases loaded this season, 2 for 9 against lefties. Chance to really put an exclamation point on this inning. So Ventura comes set and delivers. Swing and a ground ball to second. Rios over to Brown to first. A double play. And just like that, the inning is over. But not before UTRGV gets 4 runs on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 2 men on base. At the end of an inning of play, UTRGV leads 4-0. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 hush puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the top of the second inning. The University of Texas Rio Grande Valley has a 4-0 lead over Arlington Baptist College. UTRGV got its runs courtesy of 5 walks and 2 infield singles and a 9-batter first. Knocked out starter Eric Garcia after a third of an inning. But on the first pitch he threw, Brandon Ventura got Conrad McMahon to bounce into a double play to end the threat. So Justin Bailey leads things off for Arlington Baptist. And Eddie Delgado, after a long wait, deals strike 1. Delgado had a pretty long first inning himself, but he was able to pitch through a couple of walks and 3 very deep counts. Went to 3-2 on 3 batters and had a few foul balls. There's a strike to Bailey, 0-2. So we'll see if now a couple of runs on the board, Delgado can settle in. So you know what they say in baseball, the most important thing you can do after your team puts up a crooked number is toss up a 0.
And in that first inning, you saw Eddie missing to the left, and first 2 pitches were right on the inside part of the plate.
So breaking ball misses outside.
So you can see him trying to make adjustments here in this second inning.
Chopped foul to the right. We'll do it again. Big rip and a miss. First strikeout of the evening for Eddie Delgado. One away in the second. James Duval digs in for Arlington Baptist. And Delgado deals. Swing and a chopper back to the mound. On a hop, Delgado makes the play. 2 away.
Good job there by Delgado to stay composed. You see that chopper, you want to get down there quickly to pick it up and rush the throw. He fielded it cleanly, calmly, turned it over to first, trying to, just make it easy on him and his defense.
Fastball misses outside to Ryan Sloma. You've probably been noticing as you look at the hometowns, Texas, Texas, Texas. Everybody on this Arlington Baptist roster is from Texas, with the exception of Colton Glover from Shreveport, Louisiana. Close enough. It's not that far from the Texas border. Delgado deals. Little chopper foul to the left. Two and one the count.
Can't forget about Colton's brother. I think it's his brother, Kalen Glover. He's also from Shreveport.
You are correct, sir.
Of course, I'm just assuming that's his brother. They could not be related at all.
Swinging a grounder, foul to the left. Well, I think now that you've put it out there, Danny, tomorrow when you go down to get Barrett Weaver's lineup, you may want to ask.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Ours UTRGV and Arlington Baptist will play game 2 of this series over on Spectrum Sports Alternate, channel 825 tomorrow. And those of you online, right back here on our YouTube channel. Pitch outside for ball 4. Sloma works a 2-out walk. Those of you watching on American Sports Network, we'll be back with you on Sunday when the University at Buffalo comes to town from New York. Assuming they can fly out. Not sure how much snow they got up in Buffalo, but from experience, I know it can get cold up there. I know we're being carried in Buffalo today as well. So, as Lyric Walker takes strike one, so those of you watching from Buffalo, your team's going to be here next weekend, or this weekend, I guess. So tune in right back here on Sunday. It's a 12 p.m. Central Time start, so for you it would be 1 p.m. Strike 2 to Walker. Popped up right side. Senior makes the infield cleaner. For the final out of the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, a man left. At the end of an inning and a half, 4-0 UTRGV. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
Big things are happening at the one and only South Texas Buick GMC.
Thank you, Valley, for making us your #1 Buick and GMC sales leader in South Texas.
Continue to expect the best trade-in value plus the best customer service around.
Right now, take 25% off when you drive a 2017 GMC Canyon or a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, including Sierra Denali.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
University Draft House. Civilized burgers for uncivilized appetites.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I am Jonah Goldberg. We go to the bottom of the second inning. UTRGV has a 4-0 lead over Arlington Baptist. Top of the order for UTRGV after batting around to score 4 runs in the first, and Jose Garcia looks at strike one. Garcia drew one of the 5 UTRGV walks in that inning and came home to score one of the 4 runs. That was all against Eric Garcia. Brandon Ventura tossed 1 pitch in the first, got a double play to end the inning, and now gives up a ground ball foul to the left to Garcia, 0-2. Fastball darts low and outside. See Joseph Collazo waiting on deck. You can tell Collazo's a gamer. You look at that helmet. It was filthy. It's like the Craig Biggio of UTRGV.
I thought that exact thing in his first at bat.
I mean, look at that.
Pine tar all over the top.
I love it.
Yeah, the only thing Biggio used to do on his left shoulder, he used to grab pine tar and just rub it on his left shoulder blade.
Really?
Yeah, every time.
Yes, Garcia strikes out looking, 1 out in the second. What is the purpose of pine tar on the left shoulder?
It's just something that he did. I don't know. He wanted to make sure that he went back into that locker room after the game dirty. Every single time he had it on that left shoulder.
That poor clubhouse attendant. Joseph Collazo, he flied out to right field in the first. Ventura deals. Low and outside. Sure, that clubhouse attendant one day was thinking, man, Biggio got the day off. It's going to be an easy day. How did you get your uniform dirty?
He always found a way.
Strike on the extended outside corner, 1-1 on Collazo. Line drive down the left field line. It's a base hit. Rolling to the corner. Extra bases. Collazo digging for 2, and he's in there with a stand-up double. Collazo's 3rd double in his last 5 at-bats.
And it was Ventura leaving that pitch over the heart of the plate, and Collazo barreled it up nicely down to that left field corner. We saw a double like that yesterday, I believe, to that left field corner. And you can see that smile on Collazo's face as he's down there at second base, and you can tell he's starting to heat up and he's starting to have more and more fun every time he goes out there.
Starting to adjust to that DH role. Which for a guy who hit 306 last year, probably part of the reason for the numbers dipping early in the season, but looks like he's made the adjustments necessary. Back to what we remember, always having a big smile on his face as Austin Senior takes ball 1. Senior an infield single and a run scored in the first. Ventura deals. Strike 1-1. Ventura misses outside. 2-1. If Collazo keeps hitting corners into that, hitting doubles into the left field corner, we're gonna have to nickname it Collazo Corner.
Yeah, we could do that.
Off the bag goes Ventura, or off the rubber goes Ventura, and forces Collazo back to the bag.
And sometimes, as a player, when you're relegated to that designated hitter role, you could be upset that you're not playing on the field. And sometimes for Collazo, you know, he could finally just accept it and roll with it, and he's starting to do that. You can tell that that swing is a lot better right now.
And the mustache is great as usual. Ventura deals, breaking ball outside. Ball count. Base hit means another run for UTRGV most likely. As Ventura deals, swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts for Ventura, 2 away in the second.
Seen her chasing that breaking ball outside. 17 strikeout of the season. That's been a bit of a bugaboo for him.
Ventura looks back Collazo. And now out to the mound goes Sloma for a discussion with Ventura. Well, Sloma's headed back to the plate now. There's strike 1 to Estrella. Walked and scored in the first. Pitch a strike, 0-2. Ventura trying to work around a double. He's a strike away from doing just that.
Sloma and Ventura not on the same page. Another quick jog out to the mound. You're right, he wants to get out of this inning after giving up that double.
Line drive into right field. Caught by a diving Glover. For the final out of the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. At the end of 2 innings of play, UTRGV leads 4-0. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night. At Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com. Welcome to the La Quinta Inn & Suites in the heart of the beautiful McAllen Convention Center, where you're only moments away from the sights and sounds of the heart of the Rio Grande Valley's top entertainment and shopping destinations. The comforts of La Quinta Inn & Suites McAllen Convention Center are extensive and inviting. Relax in the innovatively laid out stylish rooms with all the amenities you've come to expect from La Quinta Inn & Suites. You're sure to remember your stay at La Quinta Inn & Suites McAllen Convention Center.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Reminding you that UTRGV Baseball is brought to you by Neighbors Emergency Center with 29 locations in Texas, including 3 across the Rio Grande Valley. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. UTRGV with a 4-0 lead over Arlington Baptist, and strike 1 to Ivan Rios. Rios drew a 6-pitch walk back in the first. And the right-hander Eddie Delgado of UTRGV deals low. Delgado kicks and delivers. Fastball strike at the knees, 1-2.
That leadoff walk got him all the way around to third in that first inning, but he was left stranded after Delgado worked around that.
Two and two now. Upstairs, full count. Punch out. Rios heading back to the dugout. 2 strikeouts for Delgado, 1 away in the third.
Looked like it was the fastball from Delgado right on the outside corner. Good framing behind the plate by Noah Lee.
Delgado deals. Popped in the air, out toward right. Castillo in a few steps, makes the catch. 2 away in the third.
And Brown a bit aggressive in this at bat. Jumped on that first pitch. Just got underneath it. Easy play for Castillo and right.
Pitch fouled off to Gavin Munoz. Ground ball victim in the first. A lone left-handed hitter in the lineup. Delgado deals. Fastball upstairs, 1-1. Foul tip to the plate, 1-2. Base is clean, 2 down. We're in the third. Delgado kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss right through a breaking ball. 3 strikeouts for Delgado. That's your inning. 3 up, 3 down, 2.5 in the books. UTRGV leads Arlington Baptist 4-0. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 hush puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
Can I enter the kingdom of the two fairies?
You have to see the password.
Is it giggling goldfish?
No!
Smelly jelly?
Try again.
The password is Dad's coming in!
You work hard to protect what matters. That's why we're proactively advancing our security to develop strong authentication technologies that go beyond the password to protect your account.
Wait, what's the password?
Stinky feet.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. The bottom of the third we go. UTRGV has a 4-0 lead over Arlington Baptist. It's 5-6-7 in the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley order against Arlington Baptist right-hander Brandon Ventura. And the first pitch to the backstop, Tyler Torres leading it off. The freshman third baseman drew a bases-loaded walk and scored in the first. That was against the starter, Eric Garcia, who recorded 1 out while giving up 4 runs. Since then, Ventura has been on. 2 strikeouts, a line out, a double play, and a double. That one right at the head of Torres, and he has to back up 2-0. A lot of history for this UTRGV baseball program. 13 NCAA regional appearances in a College World Series. In fact, this program hosted an NCAA regional in 1976 as that pitch is smoked to deep left but foul.
That one surely had the distance to go out of the park. Torres looking for his first career home run. Turned on it just a little too early. Barreled it nicely, but was just a bit out in front of it.
Upstairs to Torres. That 1976 NCAA regional appearance, or the hosting, it wasn't their most recent one, but it was the last time that they hosted. Significant because on Thursday, the UTRGV women's basketball team will host a postseason game. It'll be the first time since then that the UTRGV team has had a postseason home game. It's a long time ago, Danny, 41 years.
Oh yeah, they hosted who, Arizona and Texas A&M?
Yeah. Thursday, 7 p.m., Spectrum Sports Channel 323.
Congratulations to the women's basketball team. Seems like every year they're always making some sort of history, aren't they?
Third straight postseason appearance after never having made one previously. Pitch high and outside to Noah Lee, who drove in a run with an infield single in the first.
Yeah, Coach Tidwell has done a great job with that program.
Won 19 games each of the last 2 years, 18 and counting this year. 19 is the program record. Coach Tidwell has 70 wins in 4 years, which ties the program record. He's got a few years to go. He's contracted to be here through 2020. So he could very well leave that record in the dust. Could double it or more.
Is it fair to say that he's probably the best women's basketball coach in history?
Oh yeah, that's not even arguable. Throw to first, back to the bag goes Torres.
Torres is 1 for 1 on the season in stolen bases.
Chopper toward second. Rios tried for the tag. He got it, and the throw to first is dropped by Lynch. Well, fielder's choice. 4 unassisted. Lee's aboard.
A slow roller out towards second. Rios applied the tag, and the throw was right there. Lynch just closed the glove just a little too early.
If you could assume the double play, then you'd have an E3 on your hands, but for whatever reason,
you can't assume the double play.
Even when it's clear. Chris Castillo digs in, and he lifts a high pop-up and back of first. From second comes Rios to make the catch. 2 away. Well, here's Nick Schrank. He's the 9th batter faced by Ventura. Drew a bases loaded walk to knock out Eric Garcia back in the first. Pitch upstairs to Nick Schrank.
Gotta believe Nick's itching for some good pitches to see at the plate. Just a handful of at-bats this season. He wants to try to find his rhythm, try to get that swing.
Throw over, Lee's back to the bag. He'll try to take advantage of his opportunity to get some at-bats and see if he can force his way into the lineup. Pitch is hit in the air out toward shallow center. Backing up from short is Brown, and who caught it, him or Bailey? It was Bailey coming in from center. Oh no, it was Brown who ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, a man left at the end of 3, 4-0 UTRGV. You're watching UTRGV baseball live on ASN.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Acura are cool, fast, and very safe.
At Acura of the RGV, we do things differently.
I'm glad you did that.
You can lease an Acura TLX for just $269 a month. Affordable luxury, the 2017 Acura TLX.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan, what a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV, we are not like the other guys.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
University Draft House. Civilized burgers for uncivilized appetites.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the top of the 4th. UTRGV has a 4-0 lead over Arlington Baptist. Eddie Delgado back out for a 4th inning of work. He's scattered 3 walks across 3 innings while striking out 3. And it's 4-5-6 in the Arlington Baptist lineup against the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley right-hander. Kalen Glover leads it off. He drew a walk in the first. And there's ball 1. Swing, and there's a fly ball out toward left field, carrying well. Garcia back on his horse as he reaches up, and he can't make the catch. Headed towards second base with a double is Kalen Glover.
It's the first hit of the ball game given up by Eddie Delgado here. As Glover gave that one a ride. Bit high in the zone, too much of the plate. Garcia was playing a bit shallow out and left, and he had a long run to make that catch. Almost made that catch, too.
Where's Lorenzo Lynch? Chance to drive and a run. A single would take care of that. And the breaking ball is a strike. Swing and a miss. Lynch kind of dragged the bat through the zone on that one.
Yeah, halfway through he realized he wasn't going to touch it, so he tried stopping it, but he just slowly dragged it through. Good pitch by Delgado.
Gets so little time to react. It's amazing anybody can check a swing.
You have a split second to make a decision if you're going to swing or not.
0-2. Chopper right side. Cena on the backhand. Makes the play. One away on to third, though, moves Glover. So Lynch got the job done. He moved the runner over, and now Arlington Baptist can score a run with a fly ball. Ground ball would do it also. UTRGV plays the infield back. At least a ground ball up the middle. To the corners, maybe not. Torres even with the bag at third, maybe even a step in front. Shrank a step or two behind the bag at first, but certainly close enough to make the play. It's a breaking ball is ball 1 to Justin Bailey, a strikeout victim in the second. Fouled off to the right. 1-on-1 on Bailey.
When you decide to run afoul of the law, Thomas & Thompson's the guy you want to call.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Bailey. Reached out for and line foul to the right. We'll do it again.
And Bailey with a little defensive swing there. Back-to-back pitches on the outside part of the plate. Just poked it out towards the right side. Looking for something else he could handle.
Breaking ball, strike 3 called. Bailey down looking. 4th strikeout for Delgado. And that keeps Glover at third.
Hey, Bailey couldn't handle that breaking ball anyway, as that one was just on the inside part of the plate, knee buckling right on the knees. Great pitch by Delgado.
Little jelly leg. Here's James Duvall. Grounded back to Delgado in the second. And the first pitch, breaking ball, drops in for a strike. Delgado really getting comfortable with that breaking ball.
Struggling still to get that fastball on the outside corner. Pulls it a bit, but that breaking ball has been his go-to pitch here lately.
This count runs to 0-2 on Duvall.
There's going to be nights where, you know, that fastball is not going to feel right, but you find that pitch that's going to get you a strike, and you go to that. A lot of pitchers nowadays, they're more comfortable with the breaking ball, throwing it for strikes.
High and away, 1-2 the count.
I mean, even if they use that to throw strikes, they can still use that breaking ball for the out pitch as well.
Bounces away, and on the wild pitch, Arlington Baptist gets its first run as Glover crosses home to make it 4-1.
There's that curveball. He just threw it over on the other batter's box, and Lee did all he could, but it snuck through and onto the backstop.
2-2 upstairs, full count. Strike 3. Duvall down looking, 5 strikeouts for Delgado. That's your inning. Arlington Baptist gets a run on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 3.5 innings of play, 4-1 UTRGV. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
Big things are happening at the one and only South Texas Buick GMC.
Thank you, Riley, for making us your #1 Buick and GMC sales leader in South Texas.
Continue to expect the best trade-in value plus the best customer service around.
Right now, take 25% off when you drive a 2017 GMC Canyon or a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, including Sierra Denali.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com. Welcome to the La Quinta Inn & Suites in the heart of the beautiful McAllen Convention Center, where you're only moments away from the sights and sounds of the heart of the Rio Grande Valley's top entertainment and shopping destinations. The comforts of La Quinta Inn & Suites McAllen Convention Center are extensive and inviting. Relax in the innovatively laid out stylish rooms with all the amenities you've come to expect from La Quinta Inn & Suites. You're sure to remember your stay at La Quinta Inn & Suites McAllen Convention Center.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. UTRGV has a 4-1 lead over Arlington Baptist. All 4 runs came in the first for UTRGV on 5 walks and 2 infield singles. Brandon Ventura has come on in relief, and he has stopped UTRGV in its tracks. You see a bunt attempt by Conrad McMahon, but it's being waved off. They say it was foul?
They said it's foul. Louis Hangler, the home plate umpire, came out. I couldn't hear him, but he had his hands up. McMahon wisely, kept running just in case. Javier Cantu, the first base umpire, came down and said foul ball. So McMahon will catch a break and head back to the plate. It's always tricky when it's fouled right at the plate. You don't know when it's fair, when it's foul. Best thing for McMahon just to keep running.
So it'll be an 0-1. Ventura deals. McMahon shows bunt again and takes low. 1-1 the count. Arlington Baptist got its run in the top of the inning. Caitlin Glover doubled, got to third, and with 2 outs scored on a wild pitch. Bunted, left side. Walker, not in time. Infield single for Conrad McMahon. Or bunt single, I should say. Never took off the bunt, even when they knew he was doing it, and it worked.
Well, the third baseman, Walker, stayed put, didn't creep up on the grass, and even after that second pitch where he showed bunt, McMahon said, "You're not going to move up. I'm going to drop it down anyway. Try to catch me." You raced up that first base line.
So 1 on for Jose Garcia. He walked and struck out today. Scored a run in the first. Time call at the plate. McMahon's got some wheels. 2 for 3 on the base paths this season. Big rip and a miss by Garcia. Throw it back to first. McMahon just back in. Bounces up there. McMahon started to go, and then he jumps over. Tried to jump over the tag. He started to go, he paused, and then he thought, "No, I got this." And that pause cost him.
Yeah, he hesitated as he tried to read the breaking ball in the dirt. And when Sloma, fielded it cleanly, he made the throw down to second. He tried to make an acrobatic jump over for being tagged out.
It'll be a 2-1 to Garcia. With Collazo waiting on deck. Big rip and a miss, 2-2. Ventura deals. Low and outside, full count. Ventura delivers. Fouled off to the right. We'll do it again. Sends off a spree of kids go running for the baseball.
The first kid to come out of that back of the souvenir shop right there had the baseball. It's almost usually the first one that comes out of that scrum that has the ball.
Strike 3, Garcia down looking, and he slams his bat onto his foot in frustration. He thought he had ball 4. 3 strikeouts now for Ventura, 2 away in the 4th. Well, here's Collazo. He doubled back in the second, 1 for 2. And doubles now in 3 of his last 5 at bats.
Now batting .240 on the year.
Batting average has been rising fast. pitch a strike. Give you an idea. Collazo, after Saturday's game against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, was batting 171. That's a 69-point increase in the span of 2.5 games. And he's at 50 at-bats, so, you know, you can still have big increases at this point, but that's still pretty significant. And, you know, 5 hits and 9 at-bats, that'll help. Ventura deals. Misses low, 1-2.
Of course, he had that home run up in College Station. You know, and, opening the series with the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders. We thought, okay, maybe that might have been the spark for Collazo, and sure enough, he's swinging it well.
Low and outside, 2-2. Well, it's about to get a lot of the bats in a very short span of time. 2 yesterday, 1 today, 1 tomorrow. Off Thursday, but then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Off Tuesday, play Wednesday. Off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 2-2. Lined into right field. Toward the line goes Glover to make the catch. For the final out of the inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left. We've played 4. It's 4-1 UTRGV. We are watching UTRGV baseball live on ASN.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 hush puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
UTRGV Baseball is brought to you by Neighbors Emergency Center, with 29 locations in Texas, including 3 across the Rio Grande Valley. Back at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo, I am Jonah Goldberg. And that's the first pitch going over the head of Ryan Sloma for ball 1. We're in the top of the 5th. University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, a 4-1 lead over Arlington Baptist College. Ryan Sloma walked back in the 2nd. And the right-hander Eddie Delgado has a fastball dart low and away, 2-0. Delgado 70 pitches, 40 strikes now. The only run he allowed was in the 4th. Gave up a leadoff double to Kalen Glover, the only hit he's allowed. He scored on a wild pitch with 2 outs. UTRGV, all of its runs in the 1st on 5 walks and 2 infield singles. UTRGV hasn't hit a ball. Well, they've had 1 ball leave the infield of their 4 hits. That was Collazo's double in the 2nd. Otherwise, the 2 infield hits and then a bunt single back in the 4th by McMahon. This count goes to 2-1 on Sloma.
UTRGV taking advantage of those walks in the 1st.
Soft liner to 3rd, caught by Torres. 1 away in the 5th.
We've seen some good stuff from Eddie Delgado tonight. 5 strikeouts now. But it just seems that he tries to overexert himself sometimes with that fastball, leaving it off to the left.
Walker fouls it off to the right. Pop out victim in the second.
But that breaking ball has been effective for him, and he's been able to use that to get strikes, get ahead in the count, hence the 5 strikeouts.
Pitch a strike to Walker, 0-2. Breaking ball grounded foul to the left. We'll do it again. Delgado deals. Strike 3. 6 strikeouts for Eddie Delgado, 2 away in the 5th.
And that fastball right there looked good. He wasn't trying to throw it too hard. Put it right on the outside corner. Nice and smooth delivery from Delgado for the second out.
Breaking ball over the head of Rios. Second time, and Arlington Baptist hitters had to duck out of the way of the breaking ball this inning. Rios a walk and a strikeout today. Pitch starts low and inside, 2-0 on Rios. Right down the middle, 2-1. Delgado deals. Upstairs, 3-1. Delgado's retired the last 5 he's faced. 9 of the last 10. This count works full on Rios. Rios has had a full count in every one of his at-bats. Swinging a ground ball to third. Torres up with it. Makes the play. Nice stretch by Schrank for the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down at the end of 4.5 innings of play. We're halfway through it. UTRGV leads Arlington Baptist 4-1. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
The white lines keep time for you. Like road signs, my words are true. They bring me slowly back.
I missed you.
Did you bring new ones?
You work hard for more than just you.
You went to Montana.
I did.
Working together, we'll help you save for her future geology degree. Wells Fargo.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
Big things are happening at the one and only South Texas Buick GMC.
Thank you, Valley, for making us your #1 Buick and GMC sales leader in South Texas.
Continue to expect the best trade-in value plus the best customer service around.
Right now, take 25% off when you drive a 2017 GMC Canyon or a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, including Sierra Denali.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. To the bottom of the 5th we go. 4-1. UTRGV leads Arlington Baptist. Heart of the order for UTRGV against Brandon Ventura. The number 3 hitter, Austin Senior, leads it off and lifts a liner into left field, right into the glove of James Duvall. 1 away. Senior's 1 for 3.
Sounded like he made some good contact on that one. But it was right at Duvall in left. Good swing, though. It's good to see him put together some good swings.
There's Ivan Estrella. Walked and scored in the first and was robbed of a base hit by a diving Glover in the second. Out in right field, hit a liner, and Glover just made a full frontal dive. Chopper to third, and Walker robs Torres of another hit. So that is twice today that Torres has been robbed. 3 pitches, 2 outs in the 5th.
And that was Estrella putting another good jolt on that one.
And he was the one who was robbed in the second, by the way.
That was, and then sometimes it's funny, the game of baseball, you can hit the ball, you know, the best you've hit it all day long, and it still wouldn't be a hit. Unfortunately for Ivan, that's the case here tonight.
Torres now up. He's walked twice today, drove in a run with one of those walks, scored a run. That was during the 4-run first. You can hit the ball in the screws 4 times and go 0 for 4, and you can tap it 4 times and go 4 for 4. Can't figure baseball. Pitch is popped foul, backing out of play. 0-2 on Torres.
Somebody feeling the need for green? Tommy and Thompson's got to be green. 956-781-6900.
Oh, 2 breaking ball, strike 3 called on the inside corner. And that's your inning. 3 up, 3 down at the end of 5 innings of play. UTRGV leads Arlington Baptist 4-1. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night. At Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
University Draft House. Civilized burgers for uncivilized appetites.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg doing the Church's Chicken Dance with you. Danny just flapped his arms. He didn't think anybody could see him, but I could.
Yep. Forgot about you.
That man is playing Galaga. We go to the top of the 6th, and UTRGV has a 4-1 lead over Arlington Baptist. 2-3-4 in the Arlington Baptist order against the right-hander Eddie Delgado. Tyler Brown leads it off. And there's strike 1. Brown a ground out and a fly out today. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, 0-2. Delgado deals. Breaking ball low, 1-2. Well, both pitchers have had a couple of quick innings. Delgado's retired the last 6. Ventura's retired his last 5. Well, chopper to third. Torres up with it. Fires to first, showing off that arm. 1 away.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 44, Gavin Munoz.
Nice play there by Torres. Nick Schrank at the other end has held his own at first base. Not quite sure how much of first he's played in his, baseball career.
Munoz fouls off the pitch to the left.
Republican Thompson, permanent ball, foul ball.
Pitch bounces up there. Two and one now in Munoz. Traditionally, UTRGV and Arlington Baptist had played a weekend 3-game series during non-conference play. It's shrunk to a 2-game weekday set this year. UTRGV 14-1 all-time against Arlington Baptist. The first 6 games all ended early due to the 10-run rule. 5 of them in 7 innings, 1 in 8. This count goes full on Munoz. And the last 2 meetings ended prematurely as well. UTRGV swept last year 5-0, 11-1 in 8, and 13-0 in 7. High and outside ball 4. Munoz draws the 1-out walk. But you look at that and you say, oh, well, on to the next one, right? Well, you can't overlook them. Baseball will always punish anybody who overlooks a team. Look no further than March 14th, 2015. March 14th is a funny day in recent baseball history. Because in 2015, trying to turn a double play, Senior drops it.
Now batting first baseman, number 31, Lorenzo Lynch.
I think they called him safe at second. I thought he was trying to get the ball out to the hand.
Kind of what it looks like to me. But you're right. They called him safe at second. And
he was trying to make the exchange from the glove to the hand and relay it over to first, but they said he never had control of it in the glove.
I guess a fielder's choice, E4. Whenever I've seen it like that, it's always been called out and then transition. So Glover reaches on the fielder's choice. Munoz goes to second on the error. And Lorenzo Lynch takes ball 1. Lynch will line out on a ground out today. Pitch is low, 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1 on Lynch. So for the first time today, Arlington, well, no, the second time today, Arlington Baptist has 2 runners on. They also had 2 on in the first with 2 out. Lynch lined out to end the inning. Both of them were on walks, and here it's a walk and an error. One, 2. Low and outside. 2-2.
There is some movement in the bullpen for UTRGV, but nobody throwing.
Actually, check that. It's 3-1. Breaking ball hit him.
Take a look at that replay. Coach Trying to argue that he ducked into that one. Quick conversation between Coach and Louis Hengler, home plate umpire tonight. It's quickly turning into a tough situation for Eddie Delgado here.
Oh, the bases are loaded for Arlington Baptist. The tying runs are on base. Munoz at third, Glover at second, Lynch at first, and Justin Bailey has the go-ahead run at the plate. He struck out both times up. Bailey calls time at the plate. Delgado deals. Fastball low. Two and oh. Well, now Bailey in the driver's seat. He can zone a pitch. If he doesn't like it, he doesn't have to swing. 3-0. Well, everybody in the ballpark knows when the next pitch is. The old automatic.
Nowhere to put him.
Bases loaded, 1 out, the 3-0. Low ball 4, he walked him and forced in a run. Munoz scores. Glover to second, Lynch to first. It's an RBI walk for Justin Bailey. And it is a 4-2 ball game. It's an unearned run. So Munoz would have been erased if not for the error. Counts the same on the scoreboard, though.
And the rally for Arlington Baptist started with that walk to Munoz. When the game is over, the coverage continues at our website, goutrgv.com. You can check out recaps, previews, highlights, feature stories, and so much more. All you have to do is log on to goutrgv.com.
Of course, if you add a /WBI to that, you'll get information about UTRGV women's basketball's postseason home game coming up on Thursday. Play host to Stephen F. Austin in the Women's Basketball Invitational. And that's Thursday, 7 p.m. If you're watching here on Spectrum Sports, it's channel 323. We'll have it for you right here. Ticket information available over at goutrgv.com/WBI as the pitch is lined foul to the right. 0-1 on James Duval. A ground out and a strikeout today. You just saw Zach Martinez warming up in the UTRGV bullpen. Delgado deals. Line drive caught by a diving Schrank. Throws to second. Got him! Double play ends the inning. So UTRGV escapes, allowing just an unearned run without a hit. 1 error, 2 left. At the end of 5.5 innings of play, UTRGV leads 4-2. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
Welcome to the La Quinta Inn and Suites in the heart of the beautiful McAllen Convention Center, where you're only moments away from the sights and sounds of the heart of the Rio Grande Valley's top entertainment and shopping destinations. The comforts of La Quinta Inn and Suites McAllen Convention Center are extensive and inviting. Relax in the innovatively laid out stylish rooms with all the amenities you've come to expect from La Quinta Inn and Suites. You're sure to remember your stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites McAllen Convention Center. UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
The white lines keep time free, like road signs. My words are true. They bring me slowly back.
I missed you.
Did you bring new ones?
You work hard for more than just you.
You went to Montana.
I did.
Working together, we'll help you save for her future geology degree. Wells Fargo.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the top of the 6th. UTRGV leads Arlington Baptist by a count of 4-2. 6, 7, 8 in the UTRGV order against right-hander Brandon Ventura. Noah Lee leads it off. And Lee swings at the first pitch and lifts a fly ball center field. Bailey makes the catch for out number 1. Lee's 1 for 3.
Now batting for UTRGV, right fielder, number 1, Chris Castillo.
There's Chris Castillo. Drew a bases loaded walk in the first, popped out in the third. UTRGV, all of its runs in the first. 5 walks and 2 infield singles. Arlington Baptist single runs in the 4th and 6th innings. In the 4th on a wild pitch and the 6th on a bases loaded walk. Castillo bunts it foul to the left.
Give some credit to Ventura on the mound for Arlington Baptist. He came in with a tough situation in that first inning, got the ground ball double play to get out, and then since then he's allowed just 2 hits to UTRGV.
There's ball 1 to Castillo.
Four strikeouts to go on his line already, and he has settled things down for Arlington Baptist.
Liner between first and second into right field to base hit. So Castillo aboard with a 1-out single. Second time he's been on base.
Nobody for UTRGV, first baseman, number 28, Dave Schrein.
Castillo sitting on that high breaking ball. Just pulled it through the right side. Nice patience there by Castillo.
There's Nick Schrank, drew a bases loaded walk to cap the 4-run first. He takes upstairs. Schrank then popped out in the 3rd. There's a strike, 1-1 on Schrank. Throw to first, and diving back to the bag is Castillo.
Castillo looks like might have tweaked something on that dive back to first. He's holding that right shoulder.
He's trying to work it out. Castillo takes his lead.
That athletic trainer, Jim Lancaster, came out onto the dirt.
Castillo back to the bag.
Ventura testing him right away with another throw over there.
Castillo, medium lead from first. Just took an extra half step. Throw to first. They got him. No, they didn't. It was close.
That was close. He was leaning towards second. Still feeling the effects of that first dive back in.
Take another look. It was really close, and now after that dive, Jim Lancaster and head coach Manny Mantrana want to take a look at Castillo. You see UTRGV's Hall of Honor trainer looking at that right shoulder.
Want to show your support for UTRGV in style? Then log on to utrgvgear.com to choose from a large variety of clothing for adults and children, including infants and toddlers. You can even get something for your pet, or how about some drinkware, a watch, or a duffel bag. It's all there and so much more. Now through March 22nd, you can save 10% off of all sweatshirts. So log on to utrgvgear.com to get your UTRGV gear right now.
Well, they're still taking a look at Castillo, just a little to the left of your picture, and Castillo's going to leave the game. Anthony Gomez entering the game for UTRGV. So they'll have to take a look at Castillo's shoulder. No reason to chance anything in non-conference play. You're a week and a half out from the WAC opener. Right, now's the time to play it safe. So Gomez will pinch run, and then he'll take over in right field in the 7th. Started both games of yesterday's doubleheader in right. Coach Mantrana is coming back out. Talked to home plate umpire Louis Hengler. Very brief conversation, not 100% sure what it was about. So Gomez at first, 1 out, and Nick Schrank awaiting a 1-1 pitch. Ventura deals, runner goes, the pitch is grounded through the hole on the left side, a base hit. Gomez making a beeline for third, and he makes it in there safely, and following him to second base is Nick Schrank.
It's a hit and run put on there, and Schrank pulls it through the left side. And with the hit and run put on, Gomez scampered over to third, and a good heads-up base running by Schrank, trailing behind Gomez to take second base on the throw. Schrank's first hit of the season.
So there's Conrad McMahon. He reached on a bunt single in the 4th, 1 for 2. base hit here can drive in 2 and get those 2 runs that Arlington Baptist has gotten in the 4th and 6th innings right back. Arlington Baptist brings its infield in all the way around. We'll try and cut off a run on a ground ball. Popped him up. Left side of the infield. From third comes Walker to make the catch. 2 away.
Nobody for UTRGV. Number 25.
Back to the top of the order we go, and Jose Garcia, 4th time through now. Walked and scored in the first. He has struck out twice since. Now we get another meeting of the minds of the mound.
Want to get rewarded just for your social media interaction with UTRGV Athletics? Get bonus points for checking in at home events? Now you can. Download the VFan Rewards app powered by Legends Edinburgh today. It's a free download and you can earn points to win prizes such as backpacks, hats, shirts, water bottles, and more. Need more information? Then log on to vfanrewards.com. And if you're looking for a great new apartment near campus, make sure you check out legendsedinburgh.com.
Ducks on the pond, 2 down. Garcia digs in. And Ventura deals. Fastball outside.
That walk to Garcia back in the first inning extended his on-base streak to 16 games.
Breaking ball misses outside, 2-0. Looks like Zach Martinez is ready to go in the UTRGV bullpen. Expect him to come in the 7th. Pitch misses outside. 3-0 on Garcia. Well, first base is open. You can pitch around Garcia, but here's Joseph Collazo coming up. And he's due for a double because he's been doubling every other at bat, and he made an out last time up. .3-0, not close. They're loaded up.
Ventura trying to stay out of the wheelhouse of Garcia. So he stayed away, away, away. That one was just way outside. We talked about it. Jonah circling that leadoff spot for that guy not to beat you in Jose Garcia. So, you know, almost the intentional, unintentional pass there with those pitches. But the bad thing is, well, for Arlington Baptist anyways, Joseph Collazo is right behind him. He's been swinging a good bat the last 3-4 games.
Well, Devin Patton's visit comes to a close. You see the Arlington Baptist bullpen is up with Drake Boswell throwing. Now this batter, Joseph Collazo, belongs to Brandon Ventura. He's going to sink or swim right here. Collazo 1 for 3, doubled in the second. He's doubled in every other at bat dating back to game 2 yesterday. If he keeps that up here, he's going to drive in a couple of runs. And there's ball 1. Popped him up. Shallow right center. And in from right to make the catch is Glover to end the inning. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors. They leave him loaded. At the end of 6, UTRGV leads 4-2. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Acura are cool, fast, and very safe.
At Acura of the RGV, we do things differently.
I'm glad you did that.
You can lease an Acura TLX for just $269 a month. Affordable luxury, the 2017 Acura TLX.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan, what a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV, we are not like the other guys.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
Can I enter the kingdom of the two fairies?
You have to see the password.
Is it giggling goldfish?
No!
Smelly jelly?
Try again.
The password is Dad's coming in!
You work hard to protect what matters. That's why we're proactively advancing our security to develop strong authentication technologies that go beyond the password to protect your accounts.
Wait, what's the password?
Stinky feet.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
UTRGV Baseball is brought to you by Neighbors Emergency Center, with 29 locations in Texas, including 3 across the Rio Grande Valley. We're back at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Elizondo. I am Jonah Goldberg. To the top of the 7th we go. UTRGV has a 4-2 lead over Arlington Baptist. Eddie Delgado's night is done. That's Zach Martinez warming up for UTRGV. See the numbers, they're pretty good. Strikeout per inning, hasn't allowed a hit yet. And he's walked 4. And you see that 1.8 ERA. He's faced 19 batters. Only 6 have reached base, the 4 walks and 2 hit batsmen this year. He'll deal with 8-9-1 in the Arlington Baptist order. Ryan Sloman will lead it off. He's walked, and he's lined out softly to third today. Martinez delivers. Ball 1. Eddie Delgado pitched well. 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned on 1 hit. Walked 5, plunked 1, struck out 6. After 103 pitches, 57 strikes, in line for the win. Would improve to 2-1. Strike 1 to Sloma.
Yeah, Delgado pitched well tonight. You know, he had his moments where he was just trying to throw it too hard and allowed those walks.
Fastball darts inside. 2-1 on Sloma. Ball 4. Sloma draws a 5-pitch leadoff walk. There's Lyric Walker. He's the tying run at the plate. Pop out and a strikeout today. Martinez deals, and it's bunted foul at the plate. Sloma takes a short lead from first. And Martinez deals. Upstairs, 1-1. UTRGV, all of its runs in the first. 5 walks and 2 infield singles. Scored 3 runs on bases loaded walks, 1 on one of those infield singles. And then Arlington Baptist 1 in the 4th on a wild pitch and 1 in the 6th on an error.
A couple of times now that Walker shows bunt. See if he does it again.
Bunted foul at the plate. 1-2.
I think he hit the ball twice as he tried to bunt that. Two strikes. Will the bunt be on again for Walker?
A lot of times the bunt will be taken off with 2 strikes. Infield back. Not bunting, swinging and missing. First strikeout for Martinez, 7th by UTRGV pitching.
Good curveball from Martinez. Right on the inner part of the plate. Walker just couldn't get his hands in quick enough.
Here's Ivan Rios. 0 for 2 with a walk. And there's a strike. The right-hander deals a curveball. Strike on the outer corner, 0-2. Martinez delivers. Fastball low, 1-2. One on, one out. We're in the 7th. Arlington Baptist trying to rally back against UTRGV. Breaking ball fouled off to the right. Still 1-2.
UTRGV has Luis Acosta warming up in their bullpen right now.
Pitch is low, 2-2. UTRGV's closer. Maybe hoping that Martinez and Acosta can combine for those final 9 outs. Two. Breaking ball inside, 3-2. Got one of them already when Walker struck out. Last batter, but Sloma at first. And Rios the tying run at the plate. Go to first. Diving back to the bag is Sloma.
6 walks for UTRGV pitching tonight. one of which came around to score in that 6th inning. Can't allow those free passes to give them an opening.
Little nubber over the mound. Senior steps on the bag and has trouble getting the ball out of his hand, so fielder's choice. Rios aboard. Sloma is erased. 2 away now in the 7th.
That just had some weird spin on it as it hit the grass out there on behind the mound. Spun towards Senior, just picked it up and stepped on the bag. Had no play at first.
Tyler Brown, the batter, 0 for 3 today. A couple of ground outs and a fly out. A breaking ball drops in for a strike. Runner goes, pitches bunted in the air, caught by Noah Lee, and that is your inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left at the end of 6.5 innings of play. Get up and stretch, 4-2 UTRGV. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
Big things are happening at the one and only South Texas Buick GMC.
Thank you, Valley, for making us your #1 Buick and GMC sales leader in South Texas.
Continue to expect the best trade-in value plus the best customer service around.
Right now, take 25% off when you drive a 2017 GMC Canyon or a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, including Sierra Denali.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. To the bottom of the 7th we go. University of Texas Rio Grande Valley 4, Arlington Baptist College 2. Non-conference action here at the UTRGV Baseball Stadium in Edinburgh, Texas. UTRGV's got the heart of the order coming up against Brandon Ventura, who's pitched 5 1/3 innings of shutdown relief after starter Eric Garcia gave up 4 runs in 1/3 of an inning. And Ventura will start with Austin Senior, 1 for 3. Single and a run in the first, but a strikeout and a line out against Ventura. And there's ball 1. Arlington Baptist bullpen's been quiet. The way Ventura's been pitching, why not? Fisted foul to the left. 1-1 on Senior.
A couple innings ago, we saw a handful of pitchers run up to that bullpen. We thought, okay, maybe Ventura's night is settled in nicely.
One misses inside. Ventura deals. Foul back. 2-2. Ventura sets of the letters and deals. Bounces up there, full count. Fouled off. We'll do it again. Now meeting of the minds as Sloma goes out to talk to Ventura.
"70 pitches now for Ventura.
Here's the payoff pitch. Still 3-2.
Nice battle here between Ventura.
And we get a visit to the mound with pitching coach Devin Patton. Bullpen's up.
So it looks like Ventura's night is done.
Folks, we're experiencing 2 pitches, 3 outs for Boswell. That's your inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've played 7, and it's 4-2 UTRGV. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
University Draft House. Civilized burgers for uncivilized appetites.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night. At Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the top of the 8th inning, and the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley has a 4-2 lead over Arlington Baptist College. Zach Martinez will deal with the heart of the order for Arlington Baptist, starting with third place hitter Gavin Munoz, who walked and scored in the 6th. He's 0 for 2. First pitch bounces away. Grounded foul to the right. 1-1. Low and outside, 2-1 on Munoz. Elisa Costa still up in the UTRGV bullpen, ready to go. Should Martinez get into any trouble? Two one. Line drive center field. McMahon right there to make the catch. One away.
Now batting right fielder, number 11, Caden Glover.
Here's Kalen Glover. He's been on base all 3 times, doubled and scored in the 4th. Walked in the 1st, reached on a fielder's choice, error in the 6th. Take strike 1. His first at bat against Martinez, who deals in the dirt 1-1. UTRGV got all of its runs in the 1st. 4 runs on 5 walks and 2 infield singles. Pitch fouled off to the right, 1-2. Single runs in the 4th for Arlington Baptist on a wild pitch, and in the 6th on that aforementioned error. And that's the scoring. It's where we stand right now. What? 1-2. Low, 2-2.
It's like Acosta's trying to perfect the underhand throw out there.
Inside, 3-2. That only works if you're a Chicago Cub.
Yeah. Rookie of the year.
Absolutely. Payoff pitch. Flare out toward right. Into the glove of Anthony Gomez. 2 away.
First baseman, number 31, Lorenzo Lynch.
Here's Lorenzo Lynch. 0 for 2. He was plunked in the 6th. And the first pitch gets away, ball 1. Ball 2. Fouled off to the right. 2-1 the count. Martinez deals swing and a miss. Tied him up with an inside fastball, 2-2. Pitches in the dirt. Did he go? No. 3-2. Lee tried to tag as if he had gone.
You never know if he goes through with a swing. He's got to tag him out anyway. So if you tag him out, then ask for the appeal.
Ball 4. Lynch is on with a 2-out walk.
Good looking pitch right there from Martinez. Just a bit under the knees though. Of course, Lee caught it a little low where it crossed the plate. Could have been right on the knees.
Martinez deals. Fastball strike on the inside corner to Bailey. The 0-1. Half swing and a miss, 0-2. Reached out for and poked toward third. Torres with the long throw makes the play and the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, a man left. At the end of 7.5. 4-2 UTRGV. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
Welcome to the La Quinta Inn and Suites in the heart of the beautiful McAllen Convention Center, where you're only moments away from the sights and sounds of the heart of the Rio Grande Valley's top entertainment and shopping destinations. The comforts of La Quinta Inn and Suites McAllen Convention Center are extensive and inviting. Relax in the innovatively laid out stylish rooms with all the amenities you've come to expect from La Quinta Inn and Suites. You're sure to remember your stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites McAllen Convention Center. UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Acura are cool, fast, and very safe.
At Acura of the RGV, we do things differently.
I'm glad you did that.
You can lease an Acura TLX for just $269 a month. Affordable luxury, the 2017 Acura TLX.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan. What a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV. We are not like the other guys.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the bottom of the 8th. And it is 4-2 UTRGV. 6, 7, 8 in the UTRGV order against right-hander Drake Boswell. We got 2 outs on 2 pitches, or 3 outs on 2 pitches actually when he entered the game in the 7th. Ball 1's Noah Lee. Got a double play on the very first pitch he threw, and then a fly out on the second pitch, and that's how you get that little statistical anomaly. 3 outs on 2 pitches. Bunts at this one. Grabbed by Boswell in the bare hand. Fires, got him. 1 away in the 8th.
Not a bad idea by Lee to drop down the bunt. Needed to go a little bit closer to third base as Boswell made a good play off the mound.
So here's Anthony Gomez getting his first at-bat after coming on as a pinch runner and playing right field back in the bottom of the 6th. Gomez 2 for 4 in game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader. Had his first career double. It was his first multi-hit game of the year. Sophomore out of Pembroke Pines, Florida, takes ball 1. Pitch low and outside, 2-0. Boswell deals. Fastball strike on the outer half, 2-1. Boswell deals. Outside, 3-1. Outside ball 4, he walked him. So Gomez draws a 1-out walk. One on with 1 out in the 8th, and here's Nick Schrank. Drew a bases loaded walk in the first. It's 1 for 2 today.
Picked up his first hit of the season back in the 6th. Hit and run put on with Anthony Gomez, who's on at first.
Fastball strike on the outside corner. Boswell comes set at the belt and deals high and outside, 1-1 on Schrank. Gomez at first, 1 down in the 8th. UTRGV trying to add on to its 4-2 lead. Pitch ground that fell at the plate, 1-2. Popped up. Foul to the right. It makes the seats. And the count 1-2.
Sure is a scrum every time the foul ball goes out there. Kids diving on the floor.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Upstairs, throw down to first, and diving back to the bag is Gomez. 2-2 the count. Sloma adjusting his equipment. And he's got that shin guard fixed. Two. Line drive into left field. Caught by a diving Duvall for the second out of the inning.
Not a bad swing right there by Nick Schrank. Looked like it was going to fall right in front of Duvall, but he made a nice play. Schrank was trying to make it back-to-back hits on the night.
Conrad McMahon digs in. Bunt single, a pop-up, and a ground ball double play. Pitch popped foul and out of play. Runner goes. Throw down to second is in time. They got him. And that's your inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left at the end of 8. 4-2 UTRGV. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 Hush Puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
The white lines keep time for you. Like road signs, my words are true. They bring me slowly back.
I missed you.
Did you bring new ones?
You work hard for more than just you.
You went to Montana.
Working together, we'll help you save for her future geology degree. Wells Fargo.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. Go to the top of the 9th. UTRGV trying to finish off. Arlington Baptist up 4-2. And the closer, Luis Acosta, is in, looking for save number 3 of the season. See him warming up right now. After Zach Martinez pitched 2 strong innings. You see the numbers, more than a strikeout per inning, good numbers for Acosta. Zach Martinez, 2 scoreless innings, 2 walks, and a strikeout. And there's strike 1 to James Duval. So Martinez gets a hold that they don't keep track of in college baseball. Pitch is fouled off straight back, 0-2. Excuse me, swing grounder to first. Schrank is there. He takes it to the bag. 1 away in the 9th.
Now batting, catcher, number 9, Loma.
Here's Sloma. Looks at strike 1. A couple of walks and a liner today. 0 for 1. Pitch upstairs, 1-1. Big rib and a miss by Slow-Mo, 1-2 the count. Bases clean, 1 out in the ninth. And Acosta deals, swing and a miss. 8th strikeout by UTRGV pitching, and UTRGV is an out away. We have a pinch hitter for Arlington Baptist. As you see, the power on that fastball there.
Yeah, in on the hands, and it was Slow-Mo, just too much for him there. Of course, Acosta trying to bounce back after his last outing against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, where he gave up 2 runs in an inning on 3 hits.
Frank Jackson pinch hitting for Arlington Baptist. And Acosta deals a strike. The 0-1. Misses low and outside, 1-1. Grounded foul to the left, 1-2. UTRGV a strike away from snapping a 5-game skid. Trying to get to 4 games over 500. And the pitch is chopped foul to the left. We'll do it again. Acosta kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. This game is over. This one belongs to UTRGV. It is a 4-2 victory for the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley over Arlington Baptist College. Well, UTRGV snaps a 5-game skid to improve to 11-7. We'll take a timeout. Post-game show is next. UTRGV wins 4-2. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
Big things are happening at the one and only South Texas Buick GMC. Thank you, Valley, for making us your #1 Buick and GMC sales leader in South Texas.
Continue to expect the best trade-in value plus the best customer service around.
Right now, take 25% off when you drive a 2017 GMC Canyon or a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, including Sierra Denali.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
UTRGV Baseball is brought to you by Neighbors Emergency Center, with 29 locations in Texas, including 3 across the Rio Grande Valley. We're back at UTRGV Baseball Stadium, where UTRGV has defeated Arlington Baptist by a count of 4-2. UTRGV got all of its runs in the first inning. Now we take a look at Your final highlights, Eddie Delgado pitched a beaut. A one-hitter over the course of 6 innings. He struck out 6 along the way. Gets Munoz swinging there. And then Bailey back to the dugout. A little later on, it's James Duvall just looking. And then with runners on, look at that play by Nick Schrank. The dive, and then he turns the double play. That got UTRGV out of the 6th with the bases loaded. Great play by Schrank. Whack top 5? I think so. Hashtag it. And it may just end up on the Whack Roundup, or on the Whack top 5 at least this week. The win in today's ballgame goes to Eddie Delgado, 2-1. 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned on 1 hit. 5 walks, a hit batsman, 6 strikeouts. The loss, Eric Garcia, 1/3 of an inning, 4 runs on 2 hits, 5 walks, no strikeouts. Save number 3 to Luis Acosta, a perfect inning. He struck out 2 along the way. You see the final line scores up in front of you. Each team left 7 men on base. UTRGV now 11-7 on the season, snapping a 5-game skid. Arlington Baptist 7-18. Time of the game 2 hours 55 minutes. A seat in front of a crowd of 787. Well, UTRGV wins 4-2 over Arlington Baptist in the first game of a 2-game series. So here's what we're going to do. If you are watching us on Spectrum Sports, we're going to say our good nights right now. Remember, tomorrow's game right back on Spectrum Sports channel 825. If you're watching us online or on American Sports Network, we've got plenty more post-game for you coming up. So, we're going to take a timeout. And for those of you on ASN and on the internet, we'll be back with more. UTRGV wins 4-2. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
This Sky Beretta telecast is presented by UTRGV Athletics and may not be retransmitted or rebroadcast without the express written consent of UTRGV Athletics. For more information, log on to goutrgv.com.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 hush puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night. At Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Jonah Goldberg with you as UTRGV defeats Arlington Baptist by a score of 4-2. We have sent Danny Elizondo down to the field where he's going to try and get us some post-game interviews with players and Coach Ventrana. And they're setting up right now. As you can kind of see in the left side of your, or the right side of your screen, that the huddle has just broken up. So Danny's going to work on those. In the meantime, we're joined by the vested one, Brian Smith of VestedSports.com, covers UTRGV baseball, and today was also working as our graphic-tician. And you know, Brian, you watch this game, and a good way for UTRGV to snap a 5-game skid.
So what stood out to me was the defense tonight. Both starting pitchers got themselves in a little bit of trouble
a little wild from the mound, but the defense came up strong. Think back to that great play at third base by Walker for Arlington Baptist. That was a great way to keep them in the game. And then coming out toward the end of the game, we saw what a great play Schrank had there at first. The outfield was strong for both teams tonight. I think defense was really the key on both sides, as the pitchers were backed up well by their defensive line. Both teams were able to mitigate some really poor pitches and innings to get out innings quickly.
And there were a number of walks in this game. You know, Arlington Baptist pitching 9 walks, UTRGV pitching 7 walks. Neither team took great advantage, and evidenced by 14 total men left on base, 7 for each team. But you know what? There's such a thing as being effectively wild. Eddie Delgado only allowed 1 hit, and when you only allow 1 hit, you can walk guys as much as you want. I think Danny is ready to go. I see him with Coach Ventrana, but I can't quite tell if they're ready. If so, and you guys can go ahead. No? Well, sure they'll be joining us shortly. So I can see them lining up in front of the third base dugout by looking down there right now from our press box vantage point. And hopefully they'll be ready to go shortly. In the meantime, Eddie Delgado, I see him hanging around down there. Maybe we'll get to hear from him as well. And Delgado pitched well. Like I said, just gave up the 1 hit, struck out 6. And, he was effectively wild, and it worked.
And UTRGV needed a strong performance out of their starter tonight. And coming off a tough series they had against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, you were worried about having to go to that bullpen early. You want to rest as many of those arms as you can, because it is going to be a week of baseball ahead of us here at UTRGV. Delgado did his part, going deep into I think it was the 7th, right?
He pitched 6 complete, 103 pitches, 57 strikes. So and then they brought in Zach Martinez in the 7th.
And that's what you want out of a starter. If you can get 6 good innings, that allows you to not have to go deep into your bullpen. UTRGV is going to need that bullpen the rest of the weekend. With WAC play coming up, you'd like to have some arms that are still pretty fresh in the bullpen.
Absolutely, and it looks like Danny's ready to go. He's joined by Eddie Delgado. Let's send it down to Danny.
We're back here at UTRGV Baseball Stadium with Eddie Delgado. Eddie, you got the win tonight. What did you do so well out there?
I mean, I just try to do my best, locate my fastballs, and keep the stuff down. Had a couple walks, but I got through it.
You could get another start middle of the week. What's your mentality going out there? You trying to crack that weekend rotation. What do you got to do to get back in there?
I mean, honestly, I just got to execute my pitches. I feel like, I've been throwing too many balls, and that's why I've been walking guys. I need to limit those so that way I can, do my job better.
That curveball seemed to be working for you today. It seems like when you got into trouble, you went to that and got some strikes, got ahead in the count with that, and then you got some strikeouts with that as well. Is that your best pitch?
Yeah, honestly, my curveball is my best pitch. I got to get a little better field for it, but I feel like once I get the hang of it, it'll be my best pitch for sure.
And so far this season, you guys have had some real ups and downs, but how do you see the team so far?
I mean, I got faith in our team. I know we're a good club. We just gotta execute a little more and get it rolling. I feel like we have our momentum's a little down right now, but I feel like once we turn it around, we're gonna be unstoppable. So it's fine.
We're in the middle of a long stretch of baseball games here where you go back to back, and then not a lot of time off. How do you stay ready for when your number's called?
I mean, it's just one of those things where you just got to be mentally tough and just want to be in the game no matter what. It's a long stretch, but I mean, you can't complain. You gotta just want to fight and want to be in the game. So if you keep that mentality, we'll be good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
That was Eddie Delgado for you as we take Coach Mantrana is going to be first. Coach, you guys snapped your losing streak here tonight. How did your team do?
Well, can you handle 2 interviews at the same time? we're going to see. Eddie didn't have his best stuff, but he fought through it. Our bullpen was really good. Zach came in, 2 scoreless inning, and then Acosta came in and threw a really good 9th inning. So now what we expected early. I thought Eddie was going to last a little bit longer, but again, when he lasted through it, he did a good job.
Yeah, you say he lasted through it. He kept battling for you, and he kept you, kept the lead what does he have to do to continue to get better for you?
Just too many walks today. See, usually he's going to be around the plate with 3 pitches, but didn't have his best control. But again, you know what? Even though he didn't have his best stuff, he battled through it, kept us in the game, kept the lead, and then our bullpen today was really, really good.
Yeah, you got the early lead, the bullpen. You talk about Luis Acosta and the rest of the staff. What did they do well tonight?
Well, they came in and they put zeros on the board. That's their job. You got to come in and you got to throw strikes, and you got to make sure that if we're going to get beat out of the bullpen, we can't get beat with walks. You got to make that other team, make them hit you to beat you. So again, Zach with 2 scoreless innings and then Acosta with that dominated the 9th inning, really good.
And tomorrow you wrap up the series with Arlington Baptist. What do you want to see from your squad tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow we're going to start George Lamb. I mean, he's coming. He was in a little bit of a funk. He's coming around. He's got some good stuff, and we don't need to worry. As long as Jojo Collazo is in the lineup, we're going to be good.
Thank you, Coach.
That's a perfect lead into Jojo Collazo. Thanks, Danny.
All right, Jojo. Lately you've been swinging the bat well. How's it feel at the plate in the last couple games?
Pretty good. And I mean, you guys have seen me so far. I've been struggling a little bit, but it's nice to get some good swings in, get some hits. So, feel good.
You got that home run up at Texas A&M, and then you bring that home and you start swinging it well. A couple of doubles yesterday, and another one tonight. What does your bat do to this lineup when you can get it going?
I mean, honestly, right now the lineup, we're struggling as a unit a little bit, but everyone's swinging it. I have confidence in everybody, and we're swinging it well. So I'm just glad to be in the lineup, and Coach trusts me. So glad to be producing finally, help our squad out. So.
You've been primarily the designated hitter for the team. How have you adjusted to that new role for this season?
It's definitely tough. I think struggled a little bit in the beginning, just finding a rhythm. I mean, I'm used to being out there, but there's a lot of downtime. You got to get used to it, and I'm starting to figure out when to be up and kind of get myself active and be in the game. So,
what's the key to get adjusted to this? And you talk about a lot of downtime, and you're in the dugout when your teammates are on the field. How do you go about being prepared for that?
Honestly, I towards the beginning, I was sitting down a lot in the dugout, just on the bench and watching really just the other pitcher, not my guy. And now I've made the adjustment to kind of just be up the entire time, kind of do something active. I don't know, I just kind of, Big Papi's one of my favorite players, so I kind of try to, I've been watching some videos, kind of, do what he does kind of thing. So he's the best in the league at doing it, or was the best, so. And that's trying to act like him, I guess.
Not a bad example to follow. That was Joseph Collazo for you as we wrap it up here at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. UTRGV wins 4-2.
Appreciate it, Danny. Great job getting those interviews with Eddie Delgado, Joseph Collazo, and Coach Mantrana. Great to hear from them after the win. Joseph Collazo's been swinging a great bat lately. He's raised his average about 70, 80 points over the last couple of days, and every time he comes up, he seems to be hitting a double, including that one he had in the second inning that ended up in the left field corner.
And Collazo last year was the starting second baseman for UTRGV and did a great job defensively with that. So it's nice to see him, though he's relegated kind of to the DH spot, to be able to swing a really good bat. It gives UTRGV a lot of opportunities to put up runs. You've seen what Austin Senior can do defensively tonight. Senior's swinging a pretty good bat for his first year with UTRGV. Then you've got Collazo. Of course, we talked about what Jose Garcia can do with a bat in his hands. He's very special. There is a lot of quality hitting at UTRGV. And considering that you've got a defensive second baseman or infielder as good as Collazo on this team that comes out of the DH spot for the most part, doesn't have to play defense, really gives you options should you have an injury or need to bring somebody in for late inning work.
Yeah, Collazo, he's been held to the DH spot this year, but we know he's a good defensive second baseman. It's just, it tells you how good Senior is that he could that Collazo is DHing throughout this year, and it's very impressive to see the job that Collazo, or rather that Senior has done. I mean, we came up with the nickname Austin Senior, the vacuum cleaner, and everything he gets to, he makes a play on. He got charged with that error earlier, the controversial play in which he seemed to be moving the ball and he was transitioning the ball out of his glove to try and turn a double play and dropped the ball on the transition. They said that he never had control in the first place, so he ended up with an error. And I look at the stats and it says it's his fourth error. Let's see, he had one at Texas A&M, and then he had 2 in the first weekend. So, excuse the first weekend. That's
jitters.
Yeah, it's your first time at D1 level. And then at A&M, certainly excuse that as well. And then today's, I'm not sure it should have happened. So, I'd say that he's been doing a great job, and regardless of what, some of the numbers might say. Well, UTRGV picks up a 4-2 victory over Arlington Baptist to snap a 5-game skid, improve to 11-7 this season. We're going to take one more break, and when we come up, we'll wrap things up. UTRGV a 4-2 win. You're watching UTRGV Baseball live on ASN.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 hush puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night. At Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Brian Smith of VestedSports.com. I'm Jonah Goldberg. The University of Texas Rio Grande Valley defeats Arlington Baptist 4-2 at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. And, Brian, we've certainly talked a lot about baseball today, deservedly so, but this is the first of 5 UTRGV baseball games on American Sports Network this season. We've got just a couple of minutes left before we need to sign off, but in that time, why don't you tell the folks a little bit about the academic side of UTRGV?
And UTRGV is a great institution that's continuing to grow. We have 7 academic colleges here at the university, ranging a wide range of academic programs, the arts, the fine arts, liberal arts, sciences, engineering, and then your mathematical sciences. We have a school of business, lots of great things going on. I think one of the most important things people should remember about this institution, way down here in the tip of Texas, we have 2 nationally ranked programs, one in rehabilitative sciences and the other one in physician assistant studies, both on the medical side, and we have a medical school.
Yes, we
UTRGV.
do.
An LCME accredited school of medicine just opened up this year. Lots of wonderful things going on around UTRGV. And that's why I think you'll continue to see great growth at this institution, not only because we have such fine athletic programs with the win here this evening, but also the academics are top-notch.
Yeah, absolutely. You've you hit the nail on the head with the ranked programs and the medical school. I mean, that's a big deal. There aren't a lot of medical schools in the area, and there are only 2 in the UT system. They both opened this year, and one of them's right here at UTRGV. And that's the kind of thing that can really help. And this is one of the fastest growing regions in America already, and this is just going to help the region explode even further.
Yeah, and you're seeing something really interesting in the medical school too, because this medical school, and then of course the Dell Medical School up at UT Austin, are the only 2 in UT system that are attached to academic institutions. There are 7 attached to health science centers, but none before these 2 attached to academic programs at universities. And that's really interesting development, because what you're getting there is you're getting students admitted into a medical school who can take their basic courses as undergraduates at the university. So they can start with a bachelor's degree, go all the way through a doctorate in medicine, staying at the same institution. And that's something very rare to see, especially in the state of Texas. Typically you would get an undergraduate degree at a typical traditional academic program, and then you'd end up looking to go to a med school at a separate health science institution. Not the case anymore with that medical school up in Austin and the one here down at UTRGV. And certainly we see students flocking for those opportunities.
Well, University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, the Rio Grande Valley, one of the fastest growing areas, 1.3 million people down here. Certainly a place that's been a magnet, attracting a lot of attention, a lot more people recently, and it's just a place that's going to continue to grow. And already the 5th largest metropolitan area in Texas, and don't look now, threatening to move up the ranks, only behind Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, and Austin, as it currently stands. Well, UTRGV tonight, their baseball team picks up a 4-2 victory over Arlington Baptist College in non-conference play. And non-conference play, there's not much left. Arlington Baptist tomorrow, Buffalo this weekend. We'll be back with you on American Sports Network Sunday, 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. UTRGV plays host to State University of New York at Buffalo. That'll be the third game of a 4-game series, so we'll catch you right here, one of our 5 games on American Sports Network this season. But that'll do it for us from UTRGV Baseball Stadium. We want to thank everybody out there for tuning in. This has been a presentation of UTRGV Baseball. For more information, hey, you can log on to goutrgv.com. Get all your information, your recaps, your previews, your highlights, your feature stories, and so much more at my favorite webpage and yours, goutrgv.com. Make it your homepage. For my partner in crime, the one and only Danny Elizondo, my post-game partner in crime, the vested one, Ryan Smith, our entire production crew, and of course Jack Falla, wherever you are. This is Jonah Goldberg saying goodnight from UTRGV Baseball Stadium. UTRGV wins 4-2.
This Sky Beretta telecast is presented by UTRGV Athletics and may not be retransmitted or rebroadcast without the express written consent of UTRGV Athletics. For more information, log on to goutrgv.com.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 hush puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Arlington Baptist Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night. At Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.